So we're still on this issue on the topic how to recognize an abusive relationship. In part 1 of this program, we've tried to define or put some backgrounds to what a domestic abuse is, and how it's something that occurs, a controlling behavior that happens between two parties, usually intimate partners or married people, where one person is trying to exercise control over the next person. And I have also been able to explain that human beings, we're not here to control one another. We can exercise some level of control over our children, to guide them and help them to become, better people, to learn the right values. But of course, once they become adults, we don't control them. Then of course we can control animals, but it is not right for a man to control his partner. I think that's wrong, and that's a sign that someone is being abused. So we've also tried to look at what abusers use. We said they use fear, guilt, shame, intimidation. So if you're in a relationship where you're experiencing a lot of fear, anytime you see your partner, anytime you notice that your partner is in town or he's coming back, you start feeling very uncomfortable, or when he's around you're feeling guilty, or there is you're always intimidated around him, just know that you're experiencing some form of domestic abuse. So we are going back to the signs. So we're looking at the signs in the previous video, and we're going to continue on that. So how do I know that I am in an abusive relationship? We've talked about knowing through how you feel about yourself, your inner thoughts and feelings. So right now we're moving to your partner's belittling behavior. We have said earlier that your partner is trying to belittle you before other people. He's using intimidation, like I said. So now some of the questions you'll be looking at, if your answer is yes to these questions, the more yes answers you have, the more likely that you are in an abusive relationship. So let's go. Does your partner humiliate or yell at you? Does he criticize you and put you down? Does he treat you so badly that you're embarrassed for your friends or family? He treats you so badly. He does not care about your friends, that their friends are around. He speaks to you in a belittling manner as if you're a child. You're right there in an abusive relationship. Does he ignore or put down your opinions or accomplishments? Now I hear a lot of women say this, that their spouse does not care about what they've done. They are not appreciated. It's as if they don't even exist. The little sacrifices they make, nobody cares about them. You're not appreciated. Your opinions don't count. You're not allowed to speak. I know about a certain relationship where the lady said a few days after she got to the man's place, they were having a discussion, and she was trying to talk about her own side of the matter, and the man said your opinion does not count. And this was supposed to be her husband. They had just gotten married, and this was happening a few days after their marriage. You can imagine how that woman was going to be feeling. So if you're in this kind of relationship where your opinions don't count, your opinions are not even sought after, nobody wants to know about your opinion and how you feel, you're in an abusive relationship. Does your partner blame you for their abusive behavior? This one is so common. You know, when that man's acting up, he starts complaining, telling everyone that they are the reason he has done this, he has done that. You know, he's telling everyone that cares to hear that it's because of you or something that you did that he responded in that manner. Your man is an abuser. You need to watch out for this. Does he see you as property or a sex object rather than as a person? This is so pathetic. I heard a story recently from my friend. She told me about her lady friend who spoke to her that her husband insists that he sleeps with her minimum of 3 times every day. 3 times every day. That kind of experience. If you're a woman and a man is treating you in this manner, I want you to know that you have become a sex slave to that man. You have become a sex slave. He has turned you into a sex object. The reason he married you is strictly for sex. You're being abused. That's an abuse. So some other sign, so these are for your partner's belittling behavior. These are some things to expect. So we move to your partner's violent behavior or threats. Remember, we're looking at the signs of an abusive relationship. How do you recognize an abusive relationship? So these are the questions that I'm asking you, and you need to look out for these things in your relationship. The more yes answers you have, the more likely it is that you're in an abusive relationship. So we're looking at your partner's violent behavior or threats. Does your partner have a bad and unpredictable temper? Does your partner hurt you or threaten to hurt you or kill you? If you're constantly being threatened, be it verbally, be it through text message, he's threatening to hurt you, he's saying that he's going to kill you, you're in an abusive relationship. That's a violent behavior. He threatens to take your children away from you or harm you. Are you receiving this kind of threats in your home? Are you keeping this to yourself? I want you to know that you're in an abusive relationship. Does he force you to have sex? When you tell him you're tired, you've had a long day, you're having your menstrual cycle, you're not really in that mood, you don't feel up to it, and he's forcing you, he's turned you to a sex slave, you're in an abusive relationship. Does he destroy your belongings? Recently someone told me about a lady, I don't know what his siblings told the man, and the man packed all her things, all her wares, and burns them. Someone is going to ask me, was it not the man who bought them? Well, I wouldn't know. But even if he was or if he wasn't, I'm just wondering why, a man would pick a lady's things and go and burn them because someone told them something about the wife. So we need to check for this partner's violent behavior or threats. So we move to another sign or group of signs. Your partner's controlling behavior. Now, I said earlier on that domestic abuse is a situation where someone is trying to control the next person. So does your partner act excessively jealous and possessive? You need to look out for this. There are some men who don't want their wives to work. This was the woman who was working before. I know a particular lady. She was working before where she was serving, And even before the man married her, he said he doesn't want the wife to work. He wants her to stay at home. If she starts going to work, that the wife is so pretty that men will start talking to her. Is your man excessively jealous? When he's excessively jealous and possessive, don't think he's showing you love. He's abusing you. He's abusing you. Does he control where you go and what you do? Does he keep you from seeing your friends or family? Does he limit your access to money, the phone, or the car? Does he constantly check up on you? I know a lady that they're always, she and her partner, the reason they quarrel 90% of the time is that the man called her on her phone, she didn't pick, or maybe she didn't see the call, and that's the reason the man gets very violent when she gets back from work, because he's going to accuse her of so many things that never happened. Maybe she was very busy at work, she couldn't take the calls. Maybe her job requirements, her job requires that she should not take calls when she's on duty. But this man, if you see the way he will shout about this issue, you'll be wondering what went wrong. So I want us to think about these things so that you can begin to look out for them in your spouse. We're going to end this video now, and I just want to encourage my women out there, if you are in an abusive relationship, we're going to bring more information your way on what you're going to do, what to do next. If you have identified or recognized any of this situation, any of these issues to be your challenge. So in my next video, we're going to be talking about what do you do, what next, what can you do about this situation. Bye. Thank you.